Okay, so normally I wouldn't look here for St. John's wort because you see the cattails over there? It's too dense and too wet. But it's right near the lake and the ground here has been chopped up, so you can see a few short plants here because it was mowed earlier in the year. But you can see Queen Anne's lace right there, and a little bit of milkweed right there, which normally would grow like to 3 feet at least, I would say. Now, this ground underneath me is quite spongy. So what you see here normally is the stuff that's growing under this bush or all along there. It's harder to recognize right now because it isn't blooming yet, but that is jewelweed. All that shrubby stuff there. I'm going to show you a close-up. Not that yellow flower doesn't belong to that, to the shrub. That's, yeah. Okay, so this is generally what the plant looks like. You see it here in relation to my hand. The stems, again, the stems are really almost translucent looking. I'm going to pull one out because there's plenty of it here. So there's the typical root, and it looks reddish near the base. The root isn't very big or wide. It grows in very watery places, and now you can see how the stem is hollow and quite juicy. Jewelweed is remarkable in that when you make a remedy out of it in, say, witch hazel, something that's also healing and astringent, you can make an excellent spray for rashes, any kind of itchy rash. This will totally do the trick. Okay, so what I said about the St. John's wort and how I wouldn't look for it here, it just so happens that a seed must have fallen and a little bit was able to grow. And that just illustrates that it will choose all different kinds of locations. So here it is in this location. This is kind of what it looks like. And I'm going to illustrate this again later. See the tiny little leaves? I'm going to illustrate this better later, but I wanted you to see that there are flowers of all different development stages on the plant. So there's a seed pod here, and then there's an open flower, and there's tiny little buds. Really teeny ones, and then mid-sized ones. For St. John's wort oil, a bud this size is by far the most effective, I find. And I'll illustrate the point now by squeezing this bud and showing you what happens and what's in it. There we go. There's a really, really dark red oil that comes out of it. And that's the color your oil will turn once you've collected buds.